Hey there, welcome to the Gyro Step, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN, and presented by our pals at Prize Picks. I am one of your hosts, Ti Windisch, and he's back from the Oak Creek Mire and from Cancun. It's Rohan Katti. Rohan, happy Friday. What a situation you stroll back into here on the Gyro Step.
Yeah, what a situation indeed. Here I am, just enjoying my lovely vacation.
Yep.
I'm at a five-star all-inclusive, and I'm
Wow.
just loving life. And then I just slowly, it's like every time I check my phone, I
That
feel
was
like
your
something
mistake.
worse.
Shouldn't even brought it.
Something worse happened. And then I'm packing up, ready to go. Things just keep on getting worse. Sitting on the plane, waiting to take off. That's a little delayed. Things just keep getting worse. I
Mm.
keep going. I land. The Bucks are playing. Who knows what's going to happen? Things just keep getting worse.
But then they
I don't
won.
know. But then they won. But I arrive. I arrive back in the United States of America.
Yep.
And I'm like, am I the bad person? Like, am I the bad luck charm? Because every time I
No.
started to get closer to home, things started to get worse.
But most of the worst reports and stuff, and we don't have to recap exactly what every report was. We handled that on the pod yesterday. It happened while you were gone, though. So maybe you can't leave the country, and then Giannis will remain a Buck.
I guess I don't have any plans to leave the country for a few months.
Well, I mean that. What are you going in July or June? Because that could be bad. Well, you don't say.
No,
Don't say. Don't say. Don't share your travel plans. I didn't
that's fair.
realize you posted about Cancun. I said you were at the Oak Creek Mire, and somebody
Oh,
commented, "Is Admiral Schofield there?" And I just liked it. But yeah,
that's funny.
welcome back. You come back in quite the situation here.
Oh,
So
you could say that for sure.
yeah. So I want to talk
Feels
about.
like the sky's falling, Ty.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you first. So we're gonna kind of rank some trade packages because really, I don't think there's that many that are realistic, and maybe we'll do a more comprehensive pod on this, like if we get more reporting that it's close. And I get that there are people listening right now who are probably like, this is BS, like it's not happening, like why? I want to be prepared, really is what this is. We'll talk about the team a bit too and what we're actually going to see, and Monday's pod will have a lot more after this big back-to-back against Philly and Detroit. This Philly game is retribution personified. Another rest advantage game against Philly. Embiid played last night. He's not going to play Friday night. He doesn't ever play back-to-backs. Maxey had a game-sealing block, but this guy's got to get tired at some point, right? Like,
You would think.
can he get tired out, please? We'll see. Maybe not. But we'll talk about the team a bunch. We're not going to do Giannis trade stuff from now until when he ever gets traded. But I do think it's important to just understand the landscape a little bit because, well, actually, let me ask you, how real does this feel to you?
It's the most real it's ever felt, which just feels more real than the last time we said that, which
Yeah.
was back in the off season, right?
Yep.
Also, I'm sick, just to put
Yeah.
everything on top of things. I forgot to mention that. If my voice sounds terrible, that's why.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, it
Uh,
does.
and so I would say it's the most real it's ever felt, right? We've never had a situation like this before, where regardless of the reporting, right? Regardless of that, you see a team that is just floundering. It
Mm.
didn't take any reports for people to go up in arms about Giannis leaving after that loss to the Wizards. It didn't take any reporting to do that. We just all collectively, Bucks fans collectively felt like, oh, this could be a fate sealing game right here.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to take any of that into account. So because of that, that's what makes it feel even more real. But then you get this continuous reporting. You get all of that. You get Windhorst going back on himself a couple of
Yeah,
times.
that was a tough look for a fellow Windy out there. So on Wednesday, he said on ESPN Cleveland, where just a kid from Akron, Brian Windhorst, said famously, probably the number one most famous NBA character from Akron, Ohio. I can't think of any others.
He's definitely top three.
Yeah, Steph has Akron ties or somewhere else
He
in
was born in
Ohio.
Akron, yeah.
Yeah. So tough scene for Windhorst. Well, hey, I can't be number one tie affiliated with Oshkosh either, so there's that. But he said Giannis demanded a trade to the Knicks on ESPN Cleveland. Shooting the stuff with your buddies, maybe firing a little fast and loose, and then walked it back with Is that Rich Eisen on ESPN now? I totally missed that. Shout out to
Was
Rich
it
Eisen.
actually? I didn't see who he was talking to.
I don't remember, but he came on someone's show and was like, he did not use the demand a trade term or request a trade even.
Yeah, he basically said he did not go and say, I demand a trade. I am requesting a trade.
Can we talk about, I think this is central to this whole thing. What the vocab we're using on this stuff now drives me crazy. So the reporting is that Giannis and his agent, Alex Saratsas, want to go to the Bucks and let's talk our future. That's the reporting. And when this came out, I was like, it's over, it's done. This plus the Knicks thing, like, I just feel like it's happening. I'm just wondering, like, is this like a breakup where you're trying to get the other person to break up?
That's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like, doesn't it? Like,
it does.
I think you could do, like, Giannis is going to the John Horst. I think you could do better. And John's like, no, not at all.
I'm not the one ending this, buddy.
Nope. I can't do any better, actually. I will never do better than you. And until you storm out of here, we're together.
That's my read on it too.
Yeah.
Right. It feels like Giannis wants out. And it feels like he doesn't want to say it though.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't want to look like the guy who requests a trade, look like the guy who wants out. He doesn't want that. Everything he said from like his own, like he said it himself. He's never wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's gotten to a point where it's like, man, I could really do a lot better outside of the Milwaukee Bucks. But I've already said all this stuff, so I can't really do it.
Yeah, he's like praying that, like he's praying Horst goes full Nico Harrison.
And honestly, like, that might be what prompted it.
Yeah,
because it all happened after the Luka trade, right?
Yeah, and Luka's
I'm not saying that's I'm not saying that's a direct causation, but I'm saying it's kind of funny that it happens after that. It feels like he wants it. I don't think you could have put it any better, Ty. It feels like he wants to break up, but he's trying to get the other person to break up.
I think partly it's that. I think the other part is there's just no clear suitor that has everything he wants.
No, there isn't.
Like, and we can kind of transition here to talk about the trade packages. The Knicks trade package is Karl Anthony Towns, and if you want, you can do like an Anunoby for Kyle Kuzma thing, which obviously that's value for the Bucks, but like, what is it really accomplishing for you? And they have just no firsts. People throw in, swap rights in 2026. In what world are the Bucks swapping picks with the Knicks this year? That's this coming year. The Knicks with Giannis and Brunson and Mikal Bridges and everything, like, no, they're already so far ahead of them in standings. That's useless. That is nothing. So you're talking about future swaps, which again, like, as long as Giannis and Jalen Brunson are playing in New York, I don't think the Bucks will be swapping picks with them in the near future. And second round picks, like that, you just can't do that. I'd rather let Giannis walk than do that.
Yeah, it would be.
That's crazy.
It's a horrible trade, right? It has no future it has no value to the Bucks, and I think we should address this first, as you and I together. If the Bucks are in a position where it's like, okay, we're fielding trade packages, we're trading Giannis, which again, we don't know if we're there yet. I think we're there.
There's been conversations at the very least. Oh, one more question. Before, do you think the injury makes it more or less likely he's traded this season?
I think it makes it less likely.
I do too. I think there is a scenario. I want to talk about this on the last pod. I kind of forgot. Like, especially if they're decent this time and they beat Detroit. Like, if they go on a little run here, I think they could keep him. And then you get to an interesting place where you have this pick that's going to be their best first round pick, probably since at least Dante, depending on how the season ends, and some more financial flexibility and more future picks and everything, where maybe you could try to woo him again. I mean, I'm sure that's what they try if they get the chance. I don't know if that's going to be good for the long-term future of the Milwaukee Bucks, but unless he stops them, they're going to keep trying.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely, which is their job. That's their responsibility. They should keep doing that. To keep trying to keep Giannis in Milwaukee, I think yes.
I think it all. I'm asking more devil's advocate. I do think we're getting close to the point where you have to question if it's the right thing.
See, it's working. He's getting us to break up with him.
I don't make the call. I wouldn't just trade him. I would keep trying. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Same here. That's why we work so well together, Ty.
Yeah.
We're both hopelessly in love with Milwaukee Bucks basketball.
Yeah.
Hopeless part of it is coming through a lot nowadays. Here's my thing. You are never you're never gonna get a player as good as Giannis ever again. That's just straight up fact. You're never
50
going
years.
to. Yeah, it's gonna take like me talking to my great grandchildren in this whatever space colony after everyone destroys the Earth, about there was this sport called basketball, and this fella named Giannis was just tearing it up, and they're like, "What are you talking about, great grandpappy? Go back to the coal mines."
Like, the only sport now is pickleball.
Oh no! Even in the space colony?
Yeah.
Oh no! You're never gonna get a player as good as Giannis ever again. Probably.
Yeah. I mean,
most likely.
There's a lot of balls.
They probably
in
said
this
that
draft.
after Kareem,
A lot of balls in this draft. I mean.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
yeah.
That's the most likely outcome.
Yeah.
You keep that player as long as you can. That's just my thing.
As long as you think you can be competitive with him. I mean, I guess I'd let the wheels fall off if he didn't care. If he was willing to just dirk it and just be like, but it doesn't sound like he is, which is his prerogative.
He's not old enough to dirk it.
It is a little, looking right now, like, if he had just signed up for the gap year.
It could have gone a lot. And here's my thing. I think they still could.
Yeah. I mean, the pick. If he's just like, you know what? Like, if they're really bad the next 4 weeks and Giannis goes, I'm not going to do this midseason, shut him down. We pick top 10 or better in a loaded class where Sam Vecini has 3 guys graded as high as Cooper Flagg last year. And we've seen teams jump around 10-1. Last year, Cooper Flagg himself, but also
last 2
times. Yeah. I mean.
What were the Hawks at? They were at like 12 or 13 or something, right?
Although they wouldn't have it, but then they'd have the Pels pick. So that's currently number
true.
1. So you'd still probably be like top 4, top 5 at worst. It's a good pick.
Yeah. You can still do the gap year right now.
Even if you stayed at 10, like where did Colin Coward just get drafted?
Oh, that wasn't like 12 or something?
Yeah. Imagine dropping him in at the small forward on this team right now and what it looks like.
Imagine if the Bucks had a small forward to drop in.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He went 11. That was one off. No Assengay.
Which is, I think that's right around where the Bucks pick is projected right now.
Yeah.
Like, having a player like that would even be huge for Milwaukee. Again, they haven't, I think I said this last pod, I never looked it up. Is the last time they picked in the lottery Thon?
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. It was Thon.
It's not unfair to have a gap year. Golden State picked second between their 2 most recent titles. Boston this year. Everyone except the Spurs has had to do it at some point.
Even the Spurs did it.
Kobe. Everyone wants to be Kobe. I think Kobe and
the Spurs got Duncan through a gap year.
Well, yeah, I mean, like Duncan's whole career, basically they had none.
Oh, after that.
Like Duncan's career, they didn't have any. Like when they started winning, that's the only one because they just.
Yeah, but they got the guy because of the gap year.
Yeah, but I mean, even like Kobe, everyone wants to be Kobe, right? Kobe in 05, they missed the playoffs, and he almost left, and he stayed, and then they became it takes time.
Mm. You can't just fully reset.
Pre-LeBron, like this would have been such a normal thing, just like, oh, the Bucks need a year here.
Yeah.
That's just how it was.
Yeah. And then Giannis is honestly kind of I was thinking about this. He is kind of following the LeBron model where it's like he's committing one season at a time.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, you use all your assets. It's not working anymore. Like, I'm going to go somewhere with assets, which, I mean, it's really bad for franchises the way this has become a thing. KD also. KD is like the time. He just has bad timing. I guess now he may have got it right with Houston, but the last couple didn't quite line it up right.
The Suns look fun this year.
Made a couple bad bets. Yeah, they sure do. But all right. Anyway, what were you going to say? I interrupted you way back when you said we need to talk about. Maybe we got to it like right after the Knicks thing.
Oh yeah, yes. You and I need to. You don't have to do right by Giannis if you are trading.
I think you can do semi right by.
You can do semi right. You're not trading to the Pelicans. Yeah,
the Jazz. The Jazz are my one where I'm like, I think technically they have enough stuff. They said they want to compete with Lauri Markkanen, but they don't really have enough stuff. I mean, I don't know.
You don't send them to the Knicks. You send them to. You do a Damian Lillard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we'll send you somewhere where like you'll get on board with it.
Yeah, you'll get on board with it. And honestly, Giannis, look at the Dame example. Did it really work?
No.
No,
No,
it
it
did
didn't. No, it didn't.
not. But you don't have to do like the first you don't have to do a Melo.
Can't be
And
Knicks,
even
can't be
Melo.
Lakers.
No, it can't be. You just
Lakers
can't
is
do
even
it.
worse. Actually,
Or
Lakers, well, would you rather have Austin Reeves or Karl Anthony Towns?
ooh. At this point, I might take
Probably
Austin Reeves.
Probably
Yeah.
Reeves. Really bad fit with the Bucks' current team, which I think has to be a consideration because, like,
Does it?
yeah, because you're not going to tear it down in the studs. You have pick control for 1 year.
Yeah.
You kind of need to have a team after, like, going into next season.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So it's not my number one thing, but it's a factor for me.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But I think I would rather have Reeves.
Yeah.
But you can't do the Knicks. I think is first and foremost. You can't do it.
I wouldn't
You
do
just can't
Lakers either because you're not getting picks for like 3 years. Any of these ones where
No.
the picks start in like 2028, like, okay, so we're just totally aimless. Like, we're just a plucky like lottery team giving up the picks for 3 straight years. That's untenable to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think those are the two that fans would, or like national media, whatever, would be most excited about. I don't think they can do it. I think we can rule out the Nets for the not totally doing wrong by Giannis, unless he really wants this New York flight thing. They have a ton of stuff.
Oh, don't start it with the New York
I
flight
know.
thing.
The Nets have a ton of stuff, but they're so far from competitive that I wouldn't do that to Giannis unless he was actually like, sure, close enough to the Knicks.
I need to go to the Nets, man.
Like, you really want to go on Michael Porter Jr.'s podcast? Like, go ahead. But I think the Nets are out for the doing right by Giannis reason.
Yeah, I think so. So you would be left with like the mid teams, like in terms of like where Giannis would want to go, like an Atlanta, like a San Antonio.
Like, do you agree with me? The Thunder wouldn't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason.
They're 20-1.
They're 21 or 20-1 or something.
They started 20-1. I don't know if they played last night since the last time but regardless,
they are on pace to be the greatest team ever.
Yeah. And
they're not doing it.
And you can say like, well, they probably win the title now. Their chances are higher with Giannis. You know, Giannis has missed time in 4 of the last 6 postseasons.
Yeah.
And you're hurting your depth. And crucially, like, they are really expensive next year. And they'd probably be trading like Hartenstein in this deal. And if they have a team option on him and they decline it, they're like almost immediately out of the aprons. Like, just by doing that. So even with the extensions kicking in for J-Dub and Chet. So they're just going to keep doing their thing. They're too good.
Yeah, they're just going to keep winning titles.
Yeah. If Giannis was on like a vet min somehow, like they'd probably give up every single pick, but clearly he's not. And
if Giannis was on a vet min, the Bucks would be a lot better.
Yeah, that would. Well, they probably would have.
No, they would have messed something up.
The horrible contracts they would have signed would have been.
They would have signed Michael Porter Jr. to a $70 million contract.
It's impossible to sign a bad contract with Giannis on vet min, and they would have found a way. So yeah, I think the Thunder.
They gave Zion a supermax.
We'll talk about Zion.
Oh yeah, we will.
But okay, so we can rule out the Thunder because I think that's the other one people would be saying, like, they have all this stuff. Why not the Thunder? I legitimately think they're the one team. They're like, yeah, we're in like the best spot any pro sports team has probably ever been in. It's up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I'd say so.
Like, they just won the title. They kept the whole team. They re-signed all the young guys. They're all extremely young, and they have a treasure trove of picks, the likes we've never seen.
They might have the number 1 overall pick. Solid
chance, like 15% chance or something, depending on if the Clippers can steer out of this.
They could have 2 top 10 picks.
Yeah, Utah. Well, no, they can't. Utah's top 8 protected.
Yeah, so if it's 9 or 10, that's 2 top 10
you're
picks.
You're right. Yeah. So yeah, they are just like, yeah, we're good.
Once again, one of the most loaded draft classes of our generation.
I mean, they're gonna like Usman Jang is gonna go away, and like they have 12.
Topic is going to be a superstar.
They have 12 rotational players. Usman Jang, who, sorry buddy, but rough scene for you, and then 2 injured, promising first round picks in Topic and Sorber, who they're getting nothing out of, have never gotten anything out of, and they're just like waiting.
Yep.
And it's crazy. Anyway, we don't have to glaze the Thunder anymore.
So not the Thunder.
I just don't think they would care to. Maybe they'll send one of their crappy picks with Jang to the Bucks this summer if we're in rebuild mode. That's something that's the next Bucks Thunder trade I would see coming.
Yep.
So let's talk about the good ones because I think that gets rid of all the ones we don't want to talk about. But first, let's talk about our friends at Prize Picks. Speaking of good ones, the number one place to play daily fantasy sports. And I told you all on the solo pod I did yesterday that I would have a play for you for Friday's game, and I do have it. So here's what I'm looking at. A flex play, of course. It's Flex Friday. I don't even think I got my Flex Friday, added. So if you want to go with this play as well, try and see if you can get the Flex Friday. Sometimes they have protected plays or extra bonuses. But I did, so this is going to backfire. I did Tyrese Maxey less than 30.5 points. He's got to get tired someday, right? Sometime?
Ti.
48 minutes of good point guard defense with KPJ and Rollins. That's a big factor for me too. We'll see. This is probably going to age it's probably first quarter.
No, I think you're making the right play.
He had 54 last time. I wish they would have given me a couple more points, but they didn't. Oh well. I went with the point guards then on the Bucks side. I did KPJ more than 20.5 points. He's just been on a heater, and I don't really trust Philly's defense. And then I had Ryan Rollins more than 26.5 points and assists combined, which is steep. But again, without Giannis, I just think these guys are going to be doing a ton offensively. And then my favorite one, AJ Green more than 3.5 threes made. That's a demon time. I think he's done it in 5 straight games. And it feels like the Bucks have finally figured out, we can just spoon feed these guys threes, and it's a 40% look every time. Did you see the stat I shared yesterday?
No, I was bedridden all day.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't see it. Here's why I think AJ more than 3.5 threes. He's had 23 games this season. If you take out the best 12, he's shooting 41.5% from three.
Jeez.
So he's first in the NBA among shooters to take 100 threes. And if you took out his best half of games, he's then 18th on that list. He is preposterously good. I think he's had 3 games or 4 games where he actually shot 20% from three. And then his 4th or 5th worst game, 40% from three, which means he made at least 2 threes. So he's on a heater right now. I'm sticking with it. If you want to make those picks, if you want to go against those picks, if you say that's stupid, I'm going more than Tyrese Maxey, demon time points, totally fair. You can do that. If you've never played before, download the Prize Picks app today, and you get $50 when you play $5 for the first time, whether you win or lose, with promo code Eurostep on the Prize Picks app. That's $50 when you play $5 with promo code Eurostep on the Prize Picks app. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Okay. So I've talked a bit about this. I want to hand you the floor and get your thoughts. Do you have a favorite potential Giannis trade besides no trade, which I think we probably both have number one? It's exciting to talk about trades. It's more exciting to have Giannis, but if they have to do it, what do you want the Bucks to get back? Who do you want to deal with?
I think the best one, in my opinion, is the one with the Hawks. Yeah. Because you can get both your own pick back and the Pelicans pick this year. You could have 2 top 5 picks in this year's draft class. You could end up with 2 generational prospects.
Yeah.
If that's not the best spot to be building from, I don't know what could be, aside from the Thunder, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's such a good, it's almost too perfect. And maybe why Giannis is kind of is it time now? I could leave the Bucks in a good spot if they trade me.
I mean, it would be, they would have it's something I don't know, 33% chance at worst of a top 3 pick. Probably better.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 is the number you really want. I mean, listen, there's other good prospects too, but the top 3 are the ones that are seen as generational. So 2 of the top 10 lottery shots and no risk of losing a pick or getting jumped or anything like that is extremely valuable.
No risk of getting jumped.
Well,
I think you have a large risk of getting jumped if you trade Giannis.
You have a large risk of getting jumped if you trade with Atlanta, apparently, based on how it went for the Pels as well.
That's true.
So
the Bucks would be losing any trade because they trade Giannis.
Yeah. No, I know. I meant jumped in the lottery.
Yeah. But you can get the swap rights back for your own pick, the most favorable of Bucks Pelicans. You already have the worst favorable one. So basically you just have the Bucks and Pelicans pick this year.
If you're it's 2 top 10 picks for sure.
Yes. Assuming the Bucks just pulled the plug.
Which
they're gonna do that anyway. They were doing that with Giannis.
Yeah.
You can get a bunch of future firsts and swaps. Swaps would be way out. You would want the picks now in terms of like, because Atlanta has actually done a good job of getting other teams' picks and swap rights. So you can get a lot of those swap rights and say, okay, we want your picks, but in like 10 years.
So here's the full pick package.
Not 10 years, obviously, but
yeah. I put it together. So they have an extra second in 26 as well. We'll take that. We're gonna need to draft a lot. Like we need to just play the numbers game here.
Oh God, John Horst drafting ball.
Yeah, I could talk myself into it if it wasn't for the 2024 draft. I think it went so.
If it wasn't
bad.
for his history of first round picks,
Dante's fine. That's really all he had to do until AJ Johnson, Tyler Smith, when like those guys are barely in the league, and a lot of players who went right around or after them are really good. Oh yeah, Marjan too.
DJ Wilson.
DJ was like probably a Jason Kidd pick.
No, it wasn't, because I thought it was like the first Horst pick.
It was a first Horst pick, but
it
there
still
was
might have been
rumored
a
that
Kidd
it was
pick,
yeah, Kidd was really involved. I don't trust that this front office to draft.
Would you? We're getting distracted a little bit.
Good thing they just extended John Horst.
I was going to say, is there a world in which you trade Giannis and then the next year you just clean house?
Yeah. I mean, I think that would kind of be the preference. Yeah. I just think we've never, and maybe it's so tough because you want to say like, do you want to give them a shot to just operate differently? Because they've been operating in this very aggressive talent now. Like we don't care about the margins. Like we'll send all these first round picks to salary dump guys and get Jay Crowder. They need to do the opposite now. But they need to do the opposite. Well, he's not that good at it because they lost a lot of value over the years. But now you need to do the opposite. Now you have to be like, we need to extract value from everywhere. And the Bucks have never shown any proclivity for doing that under Horst. So, no, I would want a new front office and coaching staff.
Yeah. Or just let Doc do it if you want to be bad, which you can't really. But
I think he'd probably just leave, right?
Yeah, he's going back to TV.
Yeah, just wherever else.
Yeah. But the Hawks picks.
The Hawks picks. 27, they have the worst of Bucks pals. They also got that. Although it's top 4 protected, back to New Orleans. So what this means is they can trade you the worst of Bucks pals in the best of it in this coming draft, no strings attached, no matter what. And then the year after, the worst of those 2 picks, as long as they're not both in the top 4.
Which is very unlikely.
Even if both teams suck, like the way the lottery works, like teams get bumped down a lot. So it's possible that ends up being absolutely nothing, but it could be another top 10 pick. Then there's a little bit of a gap because they have a weird swap thing with Portland.
Wait, there's no on that pick swap. There's no like we convey something else if it doesn't happen.
No, that one's over.
What?
Sometimes they just end.
That's kind of crazy.
A team stopped doing the long conveying thing because it gums up your picks. Chicago couldn't trade for they don't trade anyway, but they couldn't trade for 5 years because of some stupid protected pick they owed Portland or something. Yeah. And they were just like, oh, well, we just won't trade. We don't care.
Yeah.
Did you see
there's
the
a small
chance Chicago rumor?
That's the funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life.
Danny Parkins or someone is like, Giannis reached out to the Bulls, and the Bulls said, thanks, but no thanks. We like our direction.
Good classic newsbreaker, Danny Parkins.
Like, Giannis has got a team in the play-in right now. That's your direction. What do you not like about that?
If you're going to make something up, you have to make it believable.
Like, I get if you say that about Anthony Davis, but come on.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, it's going to be so funny now if they do trade a big package for Anthony Davis, by the way.
Oh, it's going to be
they said no to Giannis, hilarious. But went in for AD. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, the Hawks picks. Then it would be their 29 first, unprotected, 2030 swap, 2031 first, unprotected, 2032 swap. So it's 4 first, 2 swaps. And you could throw in some seconds.
When Giannis is going to be in his late 30s.
Or double swaps. Oh, they have the Bucks 2031 pick. Send that back, too.
Do they?
No, they don't. This is... I'm sorry. I'm looking at after the trade on Trade NBA. My bad.
Yeah.
So that would be so now the players. Would you rather have Porzingis and Ricochet or Trae Young?
Here's the thing about the Bucks is because they owe so many picks, you kind of have to remain somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have Trae. First of all, Kristaps is expiring.
Yeah, so you just get rid of him.
Yeah, and then you just get one of the worst first-round picks in recent memory.
Well, first overall.
First overall, yes. Yeah, sorry.
Exactly what they need, ironically. He would be a great fit on the current Bucks.
Yeah, remember when he wouldn't trade Bob for him?
Yeah, I would now if they wanted to do that. I would do that now. I want Asen Newell too. They're a rookie from this year. Give me him too. You don't need him.
Yeah.
You're good.
Can we get Jalen?
No, I don't think so, actually.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You don't think you could do
Jalen Johnson, to be clear to you.
Yeah. You don't think you could do Trey and Jalen for Giannis and
Kuz
Turner?
or Bob or whatever. I mean, I would. For me, it would be Jalen or that 26 pick. I would need one of them to do any trade here. And
no, the 26 pick is guaranteed. You're not doing this trade unless you get that.
I think it's that or Jalen. Jalen is now a really attractive asset.
No, it starts in if they are not including that 26 pick, you do not make this trade.
You would so if they said you could have.
That's the whole point. That's to get potentially 2 top 5 picks this year.
But Jalen Johnson is like the result you'd be looking for. It seems out of a top pick. So there's more.
Yeah, but the thing is, with
he's on a bigger deal.
He's already on a second contract.
I know, but he's young. I mean, it's
I would want Jalen Johnson, but I wouldn't want him instead of that pick.
That's fair. I don't know. Part of me says I value them pretty close to equal.
They are very
just because there's a world where it's like, oh, now we have the 5th pick and the 10th pick, and neither are anything, and Jalen Johnson's better than both players.
Exactly. The draft can be whatever, right? Yeah. That's the thing. That's the whole risk with it. I would say that they are very close in value. I'm not disagreeing with you.
You just want the future asset.
I would rather have the future asset.
That makes sense.
I would want both.
Yeah, I just don't think if you're Atlanta, you're like, what does this do for me? Because I don't think they're really contending if their team is like Dyson Daniels, Giannis, Porzingis, Okongwu.
I mean, that's one heck of a defensive. Who's scoring on that team?
I think you get one of Trae Young or Ricochet, and Porzingis for salary. I'm okay with it, to be honest. I think this is the best, even if Jalen Johnson isn't included. And I feel like they think he's their franchise player now. If you can get him, though, then it's clearly number one. If you get Jalen Johnson and those picks, especially the 26th one, that's really the crown jewel.
Well, I mean, you have to think about what trades have looked like in the past for this. Like, what I try to come back to is the Kevin Durant trade to Phoenix.
Yeah.
You got all of the picks, and you got Bridges.
Yeah, Bridges.
And Cam Johnson.
Bridges not looked at the same as Jalen Johnson right now, though. Bridges was like a nice role player. Bridges was like Dyson Daniels. That'd be like if you got Dyson Daniels, I think.
I would say a little more than Dyson. I don't know if it wouldn't come to Jalen Johnson, but I think
he was now making an all-star team in Phoenix. So I think that's a big difference. Like that'd be like if they got Booker.
Yeah.
And they didn't get Booker.
No, not Booker.
I think it's closer to Booker than McHale. Where I'd say Jalen Johnson, how he's viewed right now. Not how good he is, but how he's viewed. Closer to Booker than Bridges then.
Booker led a team to the finals.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Johnson, was he on that 21 team? He might lead a team to the finals this year.
He was hurt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He might lead a team to the finals this year. I mean, it's in the realm of possibilities there. We don't have to.
The point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make. Yeah, no, I see your point. The point I'm trying to make is you got all of the picks and the young players. That's what you got. So here's my thing.
Except the best one.
Yeah. So would you get Reese's? I'm trying to think about this.
I think Porzingis, Ricochet, Newell, and all the picks is fair. And that might drive people crazy. But Giannis at 31 with a year and a half of guaranteed deal left and dealing with a calf injury right now.
Yeah. No, I don't think that they did all that for KD coming off an Achilles tear.
And it worked terribly for them.
But that's the market.
Well, and then there's the Luka trade.
The Luka trade got a GM fired within a few months.
I know.
No one's going to do anything like that again.
Windhorst had a report today that teams don't want to send all the picks, but then there was the Desmond Bane trade, so it's kind of BS. But
Yeah, exactly. Like if Desmond Bane is getting all this, like
it's not proportional though. You only have what you have. I think we're spending too much time on this. I would love to get Jalen Johnson. I just think if you're the Hawks at that point, you're like, well, I'll just give up all my stuff to have Giannis on this fun team instead of Jalen Johnson. So I have a better engine, but I have a shorter runway. And do I really think I'm going to be OKC with this team? I mean, maybe that's probably an unfair standard. Then no one makes the trade if that's the standard, probably.
I honestly think that might be a reason that Giannis stays.
Yeah, I don't know how tepid. I don't know how hot the market's going to be. I really don't.
Because you have just a juggernaut of a team out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe we just wait until that team gets too expensive.
Yeah, which won't be for like 2 more years.
Yeah. Let's move on to another trade package. The Spurs is my next favorite one. One, because it's like, you pair up Giannis and Wemby, which is just awesome. Like, that's just awesome.
I heard someone say this. The best, 7 players are all in the West then. The East truly becomes, the most JV conference of JV conferences.
Yeah, it really does. Cade's your best player, which is good.
Yeah. Or Maxey.
Honestly, yeah.
What do you think the Spurs package is?
It's probably, I think you get Castle. Or do you get Harper? I think you want Harper.
Kind of want both.
I would want both too. I think you would do Harper, Castle, and probably Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, for the salary.
Yeah.
So they keep Vassell, Fox,
Kelly
and Wemby.
Olynyk's making $13 million this year.
That's crazy. On an expiring. So,
is that a typo?
No.
That has to be a typo.
That's not a typo. I think he's on the last year of a former deal. I think he's just been moved around so much.
Fair.
He didn't sign that this summer. I think that's old.
Okay.
They have a ton of
picks. It was a 2-year 26, yeah.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that's not fully protected. Anyway, they have a ton of second-round picks coming. They have Atlanta's first in 27, but not their own. I think that went out in the Fox deal. They have the rights to swap with Boston in 28, so they could send you the best of their pick and Boston's pick then, which, I don't know, not really that interesting to me, frankly, but you never know, I suppose.
I think with the Spurs, the better trade here, the better value here is trying to get Castle and Harper.
Best of Dallas, Minnesota in 2030 first is intriguing, but it's obviously so far down the road. And 2031 swap with Sacramento. So you kind of want the picks down the road and the young guys.
Yep, absolutely.
You're not getting all of their firsts if you get both of those rookies, by the way, or young guys.
No, and I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. If you're getting both Castle and Harper, you're only getting picks down the road. If you're getting one of those two, you get a mix of picks.
Yeah, you get more. I think that's fair too.
I like that trade. I think the Hawks one is my favorite, but I like this one because of just the young prospects.
Yeah.
Right? They're more tradable. Jalen Johnson is not as tradable because he's on his second contract already. Right. Dylan Harper is literally a rookie. And Stephon Castle is literally the reigning rookie of the year.
And
right?
And they trade those guys and salary, and they still have Fox, Vassell, Giannis, Wembanyama, Cornette, whatever they want to do. Carter Bryant still there off the bench if you don't get him. Probably Keldon Johnson still there. Maybe he's in it. They still have a full team. It's not we traded our only point guard for Giannis. You still have De'Aaron Fox at point guard.
Yeah, you don't get Fox. If there's a point guard going in that deal, it's not De'Aaron Fox.
Don't want Fox.
And that honestly might be the reason that they traded for Fox, even though they have... Yeah. I mean, they didn't have Harper at the time, but they had Castle.
Right.
Or it's if we're making a big trade, we have to trade one of these guys, and that way we have a point guard still.
Yeah. Yeah, the Spurs one is good. I don't know if they would do it, but it's good.
I think they would.
They're kind of famously, though, we'd rather just develop.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a new era, though.
Yeah. I mean, you got to keep Wemby happy. It's a whole new thing. And, God, they would be fun to watch with Giannis and Wemby.
Giannis for Wemby. Straight up. Let's do it.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to say no to that. I mean,
the Spurs say no to that.
It's not hard for the Spurs, yeah.
It's very easy for the Spurs to say no to that. But I think those are my favet too. I don't think anything else really comes close.
Can I throw you a couple random ones?
Please.
Let me get it right. Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, and beef stew plus 4 firsts.
You're not getting a good young guy in there.
You don't like Asar? Or would you rather have Jalen Duren? Jalen Duren's a good young guy.
Jalen Duren's a good young player, but he's not a player to build. He's a player when you already have a guy.
I think this is more like we're probably not getting the player that you're like, this is like.
You need a chance to get that player, though. That's my thing. You don't necessarily need to get that player, but you at least need a chance to get that player. With the Pistons, you don't get
4 first, 3 swaps, and a bunch of seconds too. I mean, you
4
have
first for a Pistons team with Cade and Giannis.
Yeah, I know.
Like I mean,
Giannis went 15th. Jokic went in the second round. Like you don't want bites at the apple.
Say that about the Bucks team now, then.
But they don't pick at all, so you can't.
Well, they have a pick this year.
Well, yeah, they have one. But the whole thing is you need multiple.
We could draft the next combo Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic.
Well, you can't because you need a lot of bites at the apple. That's the whole point. You get a lot of bites at the apple with a trade. I think this is like the second tier. Like if Atlanta won't do it and San Antonio won't do it, and we know the Thunder won't, then it's like
then you don't do it.
I don't know. I mean, you might. What if you have to do it?
I don't think there's a world in which, you're not doing the Knicks. You're telling Giannis, no, we're not trading you to the Knicks. And then it's like, okay, the Hawks aren't doing it, the Spurs aren't doing it. Then you just don't trade him.
You're not interested in any of the 4 first, 3 swaps, decent players options.
No, I'm not.
Quickly Barrett 4 first, 3 swaps.
That's better than the Pistons one.
Really?
I think.
I'd rather have Duren than any of those guys, I think.
Here's my thing. If Giannis is on the Raptors, I don't think it's going to be a very good team.
Oh, so you feel better about betting against them?
I'd be betting against that team doing well.
Yeah, they have all of their picks plus a Lakers second and 26. So it's 4 first, 3 swaps.
Here's my thing. If he goes
maybe
to the
you get a young guy
team,
too, like Colin Murray Boyles. Do you get thrown in? Like he's intriguing. Someone like that.
Absolutely, you'd have to.
Yeah.
I would be betting against that team. Yeah. Rather, I would not bet against Cade and Giannis.
That's fair.
And like, I think there's only 2 realistic trades here. Maybe I'm insane, and maybe I'm just coping. But I really think it's just the Hawks or the Spurs.
Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, and a bunch of picks.
I'd be happy betting against that team, honestly.
I just don't. They're the Heat, so I feel like they'd go get another guy. That would be my chief concern with making that one. And they don't have all of their picks. Oh, their 27 is gone because of Rozier. So then, the picks aren't good here. So I don't think that really works.
Yeah, there's no good landscape for a trade right now, which honestly works really well in the Bucks' favor.
Buzelis, Kobe White, and all the picks. Would you bet against the Bulls?
They're not interested in Giannis.
They're not. Oh, you're right. My bad. You're not. I think I would.
Okay, but if they
I would bet against Giddey, Vucevic, and Giannis, though. Sorry,
if they were interested in Giannis, hypothetically, we know they're not because of Danny Parkins.
Yes.
I would bet against that team. I'd take Buzelis and all their picks.
Buzelis. I want Essengay too. He's out for the year, but I want him too.
Yeah.
And White, because they kind of don't like him. That's fine. We'll take him. So their team is like Io, Giddey, Giannis, Vooch. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm betting against that team in a heartbeat.
I mean, if Giannis signs off on that, power to him. I don't know if he would or not. Then
it's an easy commute,
Giannis. The other one, Rockets. We have to talk Rockets. I don't know if they would even do it, to be honest with you.
I don't think they would.
Do you think they'd rather trade Şengün or Amen?
Probably Şengün in that situation where you're getting Giannis.
I just feel like he's so important to their offense. I mean,
because he's their entire offense.
I know you're getting Giannis, but like Şengün, I mean, they're both hubs. I don't know. But like Amen isn't as good of a fit with Giannis. So like, where would you rank that if it's like Amen, salary, and picks? Like, do you consider him one of those players that like I'd like to build around that guy?
I would love to build around Amen Thompson.
I think he's a really fun fit with the existing roster too. Like,
I think he is too.
If their team is like Rollins, KPJ, Green, Amen Thompson, Miles Turner, like you're not winning a title, I don't think, but it's like, okay, we're actually kind of fun.
You might still make the playoffs.
It might mess up your pick, to be honest. You're going to get picks too. They have a ton of picks, so that's the other thing. Phoenix unprotected next 27. Brooklyn swap unprotected in 27. Those are 2 bangers out of the gate, and they have other good stuff too. I think Rockets might be number 2 for me. I might like this more than San Antonio.
I like the prospect of Harper or Castle.
I like Amen more than either right now, but both is enticing.
Yeah. Both, but
if you can get both. I don't know if you
can get both.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm okay with 1 plus more picks.
Yeah. But if you got both of those 27 assets and Amen Thompson, that's a banger rebuild package.
27 is Brooklyn and Phoenix.
It's best of, so it's Brooklyn because it's best of Brooklyn and Houston. Houston's going to be a lot better than Brooklyn. So yeah, Brooklyn's going to try that year, but like, okay, good luck. They're so far away. And then Phoenix,
try with what?
Phoenix is good now, but like that could, I mean, if Booker missed some games, like I think they're just, well, we'll see.
He's about to miss games.
Yeah, we'll see right now. But I think they've been a fun story. I think they're right on the border of like bottom 5 team again, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like 2 potential top 10 picks next year.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add Houston to that list.
I think Houston is like legit. Yeah.
It's Thunder and Thunder. Wow. It's Hawks, it's Spurs, and it's Rockets.
I'm just trying to see what the money. It really sucks. Jabari Smith Jr. is poison pilled. I don't think he can be included. It's actually kind of tricky to make the cash work here. Trying to see, got like Clint Capella and Tari Eason. Obviously, Thanasis goes too. We can send Alex too.
Can we keep Thanasis?
I'm gonna guess probably he doesn't want to. How is he just sitting doing the pod, like catching up with Freddie Peralta and stuff?
That'd be really cool. Honestly,
yeah. So they're hard caps. So they would probably even Van Vliet's not enough. You kind of have to send like Steven Adams or. Oh, Dorian Finney-Smith once he's trade eligible. That's the.
Yep. A lot of this none of this is going to happen until December 15th anyway.
No. And even
real quick.
3.3 mil too much. Anyway, go ahead.
Real quick. What do you think how do you think the Bucks fare in this stretch without Giannis?
I think better. And I think if they're good enough, I think he would buy in again. I think he's he's also a romantic. I think he would buy in again if they had an expiring run like they had against Detroit.
Yeah. Because I think he, at the end of the day, I think Giannis wants to make it work here.
I do too.
I don't think that's
the Wizards game just shook him, dude. Getting
it shook me to my
by the
core.
Wizards. Yeah,
I almost broke my phone, and I'm not
You're not that kind of guy.
I'm not an aggressive person. But I like threw my phone across this hotel room, and I was like, it's not a very me thing to do at all.
No, that was ugly.
And I was just like, no, that was warranted.
Yeah. So I think you really got to beat Philly. I mean, you have to win all the must wins because this is a pretty easy stretch the rest of December.
It's a much easier stretch than the previous one.
Yes, even though some of those games were winnable. I think
a lot of those games were winnable.
That second Detroit game, I think, is going to be tough in Detroit. I think they're going to be ready to get their lick back, and the Bucks are on rest disadvantage. But that's okay. Beat Philly, then you host Boston with a ton of days off.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What? Yep. But that many? Are they going to get a game dropped in there?
No, they already got the games. It was the Nets and the Celtics.
Oh wow! So they're off from Saturday to Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a blessing not making the cup. And then they get another 2 off days before they go to the Brooklyn Nets. And then they have another 2 off days. And then they host the Raptors.
3 off days.
3 off days. Then they go to Minnesota, 2 more days off. Then they go to the Pacers. Then they go to the Grizz, 2 days off.
And you might have Giannis back at that point.
Yeah, potentially. Then you go to the Bulls. Then you go to the Hornets. Then you host the Wizards. Then you host the Hornets. Then you go to the Kings. And now we're up to January 7th when you go on the West Coast trip with the Warriors, Lakers, Nuggets. It's a very easy stretch with a ton of rest.
Absolutely. If the Bucks don't go above 500 in this stretch, it's cooked.
Yeah, if they go below 500, I think it might be cooked.
Here's my thing. We're running out of time.
Yep.
But
thankfully, there's not that many packages, so I think we're done.
Yeah. Winning salvages everything.
Yeah.
Just win, and you're better. Just think about win. I almost called it BW. Like, no one's ever called it BW before.
I don't even know who BW is.
Brian Windhorst.
Oh. I don't know where you got BW from.
Not even B-dub or anything, but just B-dub. Brian Windhorst, even after this Pistons game was after, I think, no, he didn't actually request a trade. Like,
Doc said it. Like, if we had won 10 straight, no one would be talking about this. And, like,
exactly.
as much as I've disagreed with Doc lately, he's right.
Winning salvages all. If you're the Bucks, just go out there and win.
Just win, baby.
And with that, we'll say thank you for listening to this episode of the Gyro Step here on Blue Wire and GSPN, presented by our amazing, wonderful friends over at Prize Picks. I'm back. It felt weird not being on the pod for a while, but I'm back. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you're listening to or watching this podcast, whether that's your podcast platform of choice or on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed, leave a 5-star rating and review, engage in the comments, like the video, pod random, and we'll talk to you next time.